Welcome.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Lee, back up on this bad boy. Happy hump day to you. Welcome to the Parlay Perspective. Hopefully, y'all having a great day because the day is hump day. Back at it like we're mad at it. 2 days away from the weekend. With that being said, man, as always, got some great topics for y'all tonight. But it does depend on your involvement. It does depend on your comments. Let's get it. First, right off the bat, shout out to my man, Chris. We see y'all already up in here. Appreciate the support, brother. What? Oh, all right. Let you tell it. But, man, let's get my right-hand man up in here. My fellow cowboy brother from the Northeast, Meta Wide.
Yeah, what's going on, man? Good thing therapy's here because I'm getting smoked in the betting world tonight, man. But we here. It's Wednesday night. It's hump days, the Parlay Perspective, and we are here to give you what you need.
Shout out to you, Bobby. Appreciate the support as always, fam.
Word
You
up,
another
word
baseball
up.
game tonight, Bobby?
Man, listen here. Shout out to Incarnation Wood and there's another team. It was literally like 23-20 final score in a baseball game, college. It's crazy. Game that went on tonight. The game was like 20-23. I was just saying.
That's what's up. Spring is here, man. I can't wait. Can't wait. Baseball season is upon us. One of my favorite times of the year. Love
to watch some
baseball, man.
Get to watch some preseason. Get to watch some spring training tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bunch of games on slate tomorrow. Like I said, spring training though. You know, I don't know how you baseball fans take that. You know, in terms of watching it, kind of waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting to the big deal. The big day coming.
So, got some pretty cool stories tonight, as always. You know, it's kind of a version that we talk about a little bit and everything. You don't want that smoke, Chris. Joe Burrow not gonna be ready. You don't want that smoke. But man, so right off the bat, brother, I was surprised when I saw this story come across. I guess it was Monday when I first saw it. I had to double take. I'm like, really? But then I started thinking, sounds about right. And this one, we're going to call it Union Busters. This is in regards to the Dartmouth men's basketball team that voted to unionize. It's an unprecedented step towards forming the first labor union for college athletes. And they're saying that it just shows that the NCAA as an organization is deteriorating as far as being the business model for amateur sports. So how do you feel about this?
We may have mentioned on the low through our talks with, NIL and colleges now that something like this may happen one day. Not that we truly said this, but you got an Ivy League school unionizing. It's not even none of these major teams doing it. It's an Ivy League school. In their minds, you know what I'm saying, because you got to say that the guys and girls with the highest GPAs and the top of the top brains go to these schools. So they've been maneuvering ways, man, to get through the system and basically letting the system know that this is the way things are going to go. I salute them on it. Do they lose in it? No. It's kind of, you're the underdog right now. You're playing with house money.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Once they got the thing into the that was a baseball game. Incarnate Word in Prairie View, 23-20. Who won? Y'all say Incarnate Word.
Prairie View won, I believe.
Oh, PV won. Go ahead, then, baby. HBCU.
They allowed 10 runs in like the 4th or 5th inning. I'm like, what? After they was up like a bunch, but they was able to carry it over, hand it on. Dartmouth also told students that unionizing them can get the team kicked out of the Ivy League or even the NCAA.
That's trash.
It is.
It's trash. But you know what? that's going to be even more of an issue for them because then they're going to get sued for antitrust.
It's gonna be a lot of court dates, going in there, but doesn't take away what they are. Because like I said, we're not speaking on North Carolina, we're not speaking on the blue blood, we're not speaking on that.
Right.
And I'm gonna keep mentioning this is an Ivy League school right now, and news reporting this. So for the top of the top people in sports that are not talking about this, we just gave you a glimpse of how to go about it. So don't go repeating what we said on TV tomorrow. And if you are, give us our props.
They now the election was supervised by the National Labor Relations Board, and the school's Human Resource Office, and actually the players voted 13-2 to join it. I think it's interesting, especially on the heels of, the lawsuit that the O'Bannon brothers won years back. With the name, and which actually spurred into the NIL as we see it right now, which is about to be the second year of the NIL, I think. No, third year.
Yep. Third year.
I think the first year was when Ewers went to Ohio State, so that was 2 years ago. So I think this is his third year. The third year of it. So the NCAA, they're hemorrhaging right now. You got to think about, the talk that was going on of the SEC and the Big Ten, kind of making these super conferences like they're doing right now. They're adding all these huge money-making universities, and they might just figure, you know what, we can organize all this stuff ourselves. We can have our own internal accountability structure and things of that nature. So the NCAA, their days may be numbered. It is a pretty old, kind of antiquated system at times.
It is, man. Look at it. It's exploding right in front of our eyes, man. You got conferences and leagues basically like, yeah, this is what we're doing, and we got the votes to do it. So come do something about it. And NCAA is kind of like right now, like, okay, we'll approve it.
What's up? Start calling him Kramer. He just be sliding up here. What's up, fellas?
What up, fellas? How we doing?
Man? Chilling, man. Chilling.
What we talk about?
Talking about Dartmouth University taking a vote to become the first NCAA team to become a union. Unionized.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
And the impact that it can have for other universities going forward, as well as the NCAA as we know it today.
They're about to be like pros. It's about to be a pro situation. You got to just pay everybody.
I believe the NCAA is in trouble unless they get rid of here's that top. And here's my whole thing. When it comes to that, certain programs generate different levels of revenue. Even though there's no certain requirements that are required to be D1 as far as the number of men and women athletic programs that you have to have. A lot of people think it's based on the enrollment. It's actually based on the level of sports that they participate in. And a lot of, over the years, it's no secret that the football team funds a lot of the athletic department stuff. So, but if you have it to the point to where there's money involved, that's more transparent, people are going to feel like, you know what, that should be coming over here to us versus going over there. So it can go all over the place going forward.
That revenue share meeting is going to be rough when the football side of it's holding up most of it.
Yep. Totally agree, bro. Totally.
The Ivy League's doing it, man. I mentioned first, the Ivy League's doing it. It's not the Dukes. It's not North Carolina. It's none of the Blue Bloods.
Oh, it makes sense, actually.
Yes, it's a school that
it's the lawyers. It's the lawyers who are doing it. it's the lawyers and the prosecutors. They know what's up. Congressmen, they're all going to Ivy Leagues. They know how to get things changed.
So who do you think is going to be next? You think They might have their attention if, like Two said, one of the blue bloods unionized then at that point.
It's gonna take longer for them, a little longer, but not too long. I can see the SEC kind of. That's going to be the first big domino, is when the SEC decides to be like, you know what, we don't even need to be involved with y'all. Everyone loves our brand of football. We're good. We got enough teams now. What is it? 2018? There's like 14 in each division.
In the SEC?
Yeah, I think, or is it like 11 or 12? I think it's close to that though. They got plenty, bro. They don't really need. They can go out and get their own deals. And they can piggyback off of the fact that they've been part of this whole thing already. So, like me, they got fans like me, fans of SEC that who are not even from, like, we're not down here. But so they'll still have the eyes. They can break off.
14 teams right now.
14 each, right?
Oh, hold on. No, I take that back. It's gonna be 16 because this doesn't have Texas and Oklahoma in here. So 16 teams.
So 16 total, so it's 8 each conference. Oh, because they split them up right there. All right, yeah, so I can see that happening. And also, Notre Dame's been on this time for how long?
How long?
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's not like it's not possible to do and still be relevant. Notre Dame been on this time.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. They because they was the first one to go independent. The first national team? Because then they used to be in the Big East or something like that?
I think so. I feel like a lot of...
Back when Lou Holtz was there?
Back again, yeah, BC, that was a rival, so...
Okay.
Oh, you think they're going to get rid of the divisions? Yeah, that's fine.
So it's just going to be like just a flat-out schedule now? Or
just
randomly play one another?
FNC. That's all it's going to be.
That's true. SEC is just a juggernaut when it comes to revenue. And then you add the most profitable program in the nation in UT. That's crazy. They
also did a good job in recent years of becoming relevant in basketball as well. So, like,
absolutely.
It's not even like so. I mean, Kentucky's always been cream of the crop for the SEC in terms of basketball, but Florida had its run.
Yep.
You got Texas is about to join. Texas has usually got some kind of solid team out there.
Bama's actually had some pretty decent years.
Yeah, Bama's had some teams. LSU.
Yeah, LSU. Forgot about them. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun watching this conference. At first I didn't like it because of, I'm just thinking I'm an old head, the Southwest Conference folded, then the Big 12 came, but then every year it was always like, is this a year that the Big 12 folds? Because they got real close when I think it was Colorado and Missouri left. It almost folded then. But you had the Oklahomas and you had the Texases help pull it back out of the mud. But I do like the idea that it's kind of going away from what we're talking about, but still in the same area. But I do like the fact that as soon as Texas and Oklahoma decided that we're leaving, they aggressively went out and start bringing other teams in for the Big 12. So it's going to be to a point where these huge conferences are not even going to need the NCAA. For what? They can govern themselves. They can do their own scheduling. They can do directly with the bowl coalitions. What do you need the NCAA for? Everybody's getting paid now.
Yeah. They kind of a middleman for something that we don't need a middleman for anymore.
That's true. So get your hand out my pocket.
Yeah, it's corrupt at this point, and there's no need. So, yeah. I just hope it doesn't hurt some of the smaller schools. That's all.
Absolutely, I agree.
It's gonna hurt them. It's gonna hurt them. It sucks. It sucks, but it is.
So speaking of sucks, we saw last week. We saw the video of Cam Newton, at the camp that he had, getting into it with the kids and stuff. But since then, I guess he's come out and he's issued a apology about his part in the brawl. I haven't seen the apology yet. I've just read some of it. Do you think he was genuine in that? Do you think he was just doing damage control because of his brand right now?
I mean, it's all money. Follow the money always.
Yeah, because he's got a pretty good following that's going.
Yeah.
For LSU, I think we all agree football is the number one sport. Who's number two? Baseball or basketball? Your thoughts?
Baseball.
It's probably baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah. Honestly, same thing for my Gators.
I mean, you kind of. Well.
And we got two rings.
How long can Markey keep the basketball team flowing? Because when's the last time LSU won a chip? I'm like I said, I'm not a college baseball fan. Maybe Bobby can answer it.
LSU?
That's kind of an up and down slippery slope right now with baseball and basketball.
Well, female basketball, they just win it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They won it last year, and right now, they continue to win it this year. But let's see what happens. You know, you got Reese leaving. You got a freshman there that's going to be there for a bit. But let's see what it is. Okay, they won the last season of baseball. Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of
LSU. Yeah, baseball is definitely second, and same thing for the Gators as well.
But is baseball is football obviously unanimous? Yeah. But from an eye and eye. Is it baseball or basketball? Girls basketball. Because that's, at the end of the day, they win the championship. We know LSU's prestige, football-wise, we know it's automatically. They're going to have more eyes on the television screen. But from saying...
It's still more football than it is female basketball, though. But yeah, I see what you're saying, though. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Now, they big, bro. They're going to keep being big because Moki's there. She's going to keep bringing in great talent. I mean, you got Angel Reese in them right now. Yeah, they're gonna keep being amazing.
So we got it. We can pull it up here.
LSU baseball has led the nation in attendance for something like 20 of the last 25 seasons. Yeah, that's dope.
To every single athlete, use my situation as a way to understand that in one moment, in one decision, your life can change. Just like that. And I let my emotions get the best of me. And it should not have been called for. Mm-hmm. Simple. And with that, I apologize to anybody affected. That's Steph, that's TJ, that's their organization, that's C1N, my organization, that's my players, my parents, my staff members. And when you really debrief from days after, it really puts things into perspective. And I tell you this, my president of my program, Kendall Logan, person who I have high regards for, he called me, and even though he was empathetic to understanding where I was coming from, he simply said, Cam, that cannot happen. You mean too much to too many people. Too many people are betting on you to keep their lights on. Mm-hmm. And when he said that, it's never mind me as a father. Because when I say peg, I think about you. I think about the kids who look up to me, and also whether they verbalize their appreciation or just stare in amazement. I feel like I let them down.
So how do y'all feel about that?
Seems genuine.
He does. And he's right. You know, it's a lot of people that's dependent on him. You know, like I said, keep their lights on, keep food on their table. Some people, you know, within his organization, that's what they do full time and support his organization.
It's kind of always been that way, though. I don't know why he realizing it now.
Yeah.
But hey, we're all still growing. We all grow every day.
I know we had read the the post thing the other day, but I think, you know, it ain't all just on Cam. The whole situation, you know, it was bad on both sides.
Yeah.
And Men in our community, you have to stop letting your emotion get the best of you. That's why a lot of brothers are either 6 feet deep or incarcerated right now because they let their emotions get the best of them. We need y'all out here in these homes, in these streets, helping raise these young men and women to let them learn from your experiences as you venture through this thing called life. You can't do that when you're not with us, either physically or spiritually.
Yeah.
Gotta fix that in our community.
Yeah, stop leading with violence. Like you can work some of this stuff out. Just work it out. Y'all smart enough people, man.
I understand sometimes it may be a situation where violence may be outcome. It may be the only result. But like you say, you can't lead with that. It should be a leading up point. Like we've talked about it. Now you've physically threatened me and mine. I've got to address it at that point in time.
Yeah,
but
violence got to be a last resort.
I was talking to a family member earlier today. That's in the educational system. They had a young man. He's got all these different things that he's been documented as ADHD, things of that nature, defiance, disorder. And I'm hearing all this, and the first thing coming to my mind is he had his ass whooped by not necessarily by his parents, but by his peers from a accountability level. Nobody's checked him. Yeah. And that's where it comes into play as you like, and I think part of it's a byproduct. It's me, I always got to have a point on the show where I got to put my old man hat on. It's a byproduct of the social media era. At one point in time, we didn't have social media where you can say what you want to say to anybody at any given time.
You had to be in their face.
You be in their face, and it was immediate consequences.
Yeah.
And now everybody feel like they got a voice and they can say what they say without getting touched.
How far are we into the show? Okay, it's past 15 minutes. Yeah, it's the fuck around and find out era.
This part right here. There's no food chain anymore. Everybody's special. That's right.
Everybody's special and everybody's disrespectful.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna say straight up. Because, like I said, Cam apologized for this, and as the star, as the athlete, as the overall main guy in the situation, even if he didn't do nothing wrong, you have to do this. You have to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't mean it. I think he was genuine, but you have to come out. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when things get like this, it is social media, but nobody has respect in this world no more. I said when this first happened, we grew up knowing celebrities, basketball players, sports players as icons, like guys that they get out the limo and they just can't be touched. Anything they do, they can say everything wrong. No, nothing. In this era, social media, all this stuff, smoking on Tukas, it's the new blue. You know what I'm saying? And it leads to all this crazy stuff going on. Like Cam Newton, who's participating in a 7-on-7 with guys that he had prior connections with, but they broke apart. And you would think there would be some respect from, players and people of them, but there's no respect, man. There's no respect nowhere, man. Cam wasn't right at all for doing what he did, but at the same time, it's like, what a motherfucker to do? You can back away, but if you got motherfuckers charging you and all this and that, like, that's a different situation. Like,
you can't take no ass whooping.
You can't take no ass whooping. But I agree with what you're saying, coach, and all that. You definitely gotta, look in the mirror, you know what I'm saying, and situate things. We know Cam's a loudmouth. We know Cam just ain't just gonna be quiet. But ultimately, like, all this can be resolved so much easier, man. And I think people in this world need to start reading books again, because people don't know how to calm in peace and just read a couple pages. Read the person for a second instead of reacting crazy.
Any sport that I participated in growing up, from a youth all the way up through college, anything that I did, I was never a shit talker for a reason. One, I know my attitude. I know at some point in time, if the wrong thing was said to me, I was gonna be like, F this game. We finna handle this right here, right now, and it's not good for the team or you.
Right.
So I always steered away from that. I would participate and go and compete against guys that constantly ran their mouth. I think it might have pissed them off even more that I didn't even acknowledge or respond to them because I let my play answer whatever they had to say about me in a negative manner.
Yeah, I'm guessing like during the whole situation, of course, it's definitely not all Cam's fault ever. No. That's crazy. But what I will say is I'm willing to bet, and I'm guessing he would say the same thing. I'm willing to bet that there was definitely, if not a moment, multiple moments during this whole exchange where he could have de-escalated the situation. And I'm willing to bet that he did the opposite of that.
Oh, no. That definitely reports. There's definitely reports stating that Cam going back and forth. This has been like an ongoing saga with the team that they was playing. I guess Cam has said some things in regards to them beating them and kind of is talking the talk, but after a while that doesn't fly with certain people.
Nah.
But it sounds like a man who still wishes he was playing football.
Oh yeah, that part right there. Because now you got to deal with the reality that you're in the real world now. You're always a human being, but now you're in the general public now. You might still ride in limos and stuff like that, but more likely
a giant hole. There's also a giant hole in what he does. Like his whole life has been football. So now he's coaching and doing stuff like that. And I'm thinking on a regular basis, he thinks I could still be doing this in the NFL. And so I'm sure that's a certain level of frustration. He'll be all right though. It's all right, Cam. You grow. He's growing every day. He's doing better.
And that's the part that I'm enjoying and seeing, because Cam's like 30, 33 now? Yeah. 34? So he's a young man to me, and I am enjoying to see his maturity, his transition from athlete to media. I've liked that, to an extent. But for him to come out and, like I say, the video we just saw, he did seem like he was sincere. But just let this be, a lesson learned. And for the parents who had a problem with this, who probably is saying, you know what, he deserved it. You remember that when these athletes stop coming to certain neighborhoods because they don't want to deal with that.
And you think about
hold it against them.
And you think about it, then he spoke with Brandon Marshall, and he was speaking about the come up of the 7-on-7 league. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he was basically saying that he gives everybody the gyms and basically doesn't take no money out of nobody's pocket for these experiences, it just goes to show that these young motherfuckers don't got no respect. And the crazy thing is, I heard Kendrick Perkins talk about this the other day, and he's been talking about it for a while. AAU parents, 7-on-7 parents, whatever you want to call it, they're all the way they approach the game, the way they act about it at the games and stuff like that nowadays is horrendous.
It's a lot of entitlement.
A lot of entitlement. A lot of young people whose, dreams didn't go fruition for the most part. Shout out to the good ones though. Shout out to the good, genuine coaches of all sports that really are out there to better children on and off the court. There's a lot of people that aren't, and that's sad.
That's the primary reason why I even stopped coaching. I coached up until my son was ready to go into the 7th grade. I got asked to continue, to keep coaching Little League and stuff like that. But I just got tired of dealing with, the parents who weren't really supportive, the parents that wouldn't pick up the kids on time, the parents that bitch about the kids playing time when he ain't been to practice in 2 weeks, but you complain about playing time. I'm like, those type of things, it just took the joy out of it for me. I've kind of thought about it as my grandson. He's about to be 5 in June. He's probably about a year or two away from getting out there. He's itching at the bit to get out there and start playing. But I'm like, I think Papa going to sit there tonight and just cheer you on from the stage.
Be a fan, yeah. Coach him up at home, maybe.
Yeah. Cam helped a lot of great quarterbacks somewhere in the draft this year. Yeah. And give him back. Take advantage of that knowledge. The young men who were out there doing the talking, first of all, that was something between two grown men. You ain't got no business being in that situation. Yeah. Secondly, you were there for a competition. You need to be focused on that and versus focus on what's being said, again, by two grown men.
Right, exactly.
And you better hope that it's not leaked out who those players was that instigated that, because that's the type of thing that coaches and recruiters see. They don't want to deal with it.
Oh, the recruiters will know who did that. We won't, but they'll know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure they'll know.
Somebody will talk.
Absolutely. But I'm off my granddad soapbox.
Off the soapbox. Climb on down there off that high horse.
Get her done. So this right here is a part of the show where I sit back and watch y'all two work y'all jelly. I'm just gonna moderate, but as we are today is March 6th, March 6th, 2024. We are in the fourth quarter of the NBA season. We got 10 things or lessons learned as we enter in the fourth quarter. I'm gonna start with number 10 first, and like I said, I'm gonna watch y'all work your jelly.
Okay.
First thing is, are the Knicks truly improved?
No. They just you know this going through, man. They play hard. I don't think they naturally improve. And I said this too, man. I watched the game a couple weeks ago against the Boston Celtics, and I was thinking about all the losses in the East, and then you know kind of where it waters down. And I feel like the Knicks are in that category. So no, I would say no.
Who would you say is better, OG or RJ?
I mean, OG has enough on the table to give you what you want now, but I don't necessarily think that's better in the long run. But in your situation right now, I would take OG right now because you kind of couldn't wait, I guess, for RJ to develop.
I think we know what RJ is. It's not going to be nothing special. He's good, but it's not special.
OG he's not an all-star.
Yeah, OG could be an all-star. He's not right now, but he could be. So right. I think OG's a lot better. I think the fact that they built this Villanova team in New York, I think that makes them that one of the most dangerous things you could be in the league is have good chemistry. And this team really does. They love playing with each other since, 4 or 5 of them played together in college. I like what they bring to the table. And lastly, just by default, I think they're better, improved, because that man, DiVincenzo, is a lot better. He was already good, but he's playing a lot better now. So with that being said, yeah, I think they're improved. And they're doing a lot of this with Randall not even being a key part of it.
How much longer is he out?
I'm not sure. It's a good question.
It's gonna be interesting, man. I just don't. I mean, maybe I'm waiting on splash, man. I guess it's too slow for me. That's how I feel about the Knicks. They're too slow for me. Yeah, you're getting DiVincenzo do now. This is kind of what the Knicks players do during this time of season, the last few seasons, and then playoffs come and Ralovitz getting shivered cold by Trae Young, or what happened last year? They didn't even make the playoffs last year, did they? No, they did. They did. Yeah. They beat Cleveland, but then they who they lose to in the second round? They lose the second round. Who they lose to? Miami? Yeah, they lost to Miami. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I mean, Brunson's out with an injury right now. So now you talk about Randall, but now you have to worry about the most important piece on the team, and that's Brunson. And from what I know, so
they're also one of the deepest teams in the league, which is another reason why I like them. I don't think they're contenders for a ship, but they're going to get out the first round.
Okay. Number 9, the Spurs add a generational talent and more losses.
Wait, what is it?
The Spurs add a generational talent and more losses.
Yeah, I mean,
they added Victor. It's understood.
The team isn't there yet. That's all. I mean, I think he just in his rookie season, though, I think he definitely stepped on the gas for them.
Lately,
they have to hurry up now. Because, like, they're looking at, he's so good, they're looking at, after that rookie deal, why would he resign if y'all not building the right team? So,
yep, you got to think about who Pops is not getting any younger. So, who are you going to be bringing in next? Will you be able to mesh with him?
And he can literally leave and win without even moving out of Texas.
You talking about Wanyama? This right here is this is right here is kind of like I said this a couple shows ago. You look at teams, you watch teams, you start seeing like shit's a pattern. There's a pattern right now. When the Spurs were tanking for years and they ended up getting Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan kind of spurred around where they still wasn't winning games, but he was productive on the court, rookie of the year. Then the Spurs started to make business be business. Like we got a generational talent here. We can't mess around and continue with the scrubs. We got to bring in veterans. We got to bring in guys to make this stick. Now, I don't know if Popovich is going to be here for the long run, but in the midst of that, too, Popovich was kind of inserted into that trend before Duncan came. So I can kind of see a different coach kind of leading it, but who's going to be the right coach for it? But until that's the case, Pop will still be there. But I can see the Spurs getting rid and starting juggling a lot of these players, man, and trying to make this team right. Because like Will said, there could be a case where he may not be there long if y'all don't do the right shit. He's a guy that you got to try to just do shit for the sake of him. Not that he wants all this stuff. Go get me a free agent. Go get me this. The Spurs are going to say, we're going to do this for you. You know, it's kind of like the Butler, like, here you go. They don't want to make a mistake.
It's the Giannis timetable, but it's a little quicker than his even was. That's the timeline they're going to be on. Didn't Spurs win it all? Duncan's rookie year?
Nah, they won it. I think they won it in his second and third year.
It was either
they won the lockout year. I think it was his second and third year.
I thought it was rookie season.
He didn't win his rookie year. He won rookie of the year. He won rookie of the year his first year. The second year, I think, second year, third year, because it was the lockout. He won it. I think it was his second year, third year. He was drafted in 97?
97, 98.
97. So it was the second year, I believe. The second year was the lockout.
Let me check right quick. But yeah, anyways, they didn't tank to get. They weren't tanking for years for him though.
97 was his first year, and they won and they won the championship in 99.
99. That was the lockout year, the 98-99 season.
Yeah, out the lockout. Yep.
And when Avery hit that jump on the baseline,
my God, you got probably playing basketball. Gotta go playing basketball.
But yeah, they're gonna have to. I think what I do think is people might want to come play with him though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which is why I'm sitting here like the Spurs are gonna start acting like that Butler, that this needs to make everything perfect because you're in a type of situation where you have a guy like that, you kind of want that for him. So I can see if they start saying, yo, some of these guys that may not be scrubs on other teams, but y'all scrubs here, y'all can't be here no more. We gotta kind of fluctuate this team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gonna. I want to see what free agents might go play with them. See how that works out. I think they're locked in with Vassell and Sheldon. So Keldon Johnson. So unless somebody wants them in particularly, they're gonna have to either get a free agent or trade picks or we'll see what happens though. But they're gonna have to start building real quick. They gotta get a point guard there, a real point guard.
Yeah,
that's probably the first thing they got to do.
Number 8, Jokic is closing in on his third Kia MVP.
Jokic, third MVP, yeah, probably. Unless they get bored, they can give it to Shea.
Shea is second right now, I think, in the odds, right?
Ant should be up there too.
And is what is he, fourth? I think it's
either fourth or fifth.
I think it's Joker, Shea, and I think Luka's third. I think Tatum is fourth.
Yeah. That's what the NBA would want for Joker to kind of relap himself and do this again. But these young guys this year, they hungry, man. The guys like Shea, Edwards, you had Tatum, you know what I'm saying? You got guys that are hungry this year and want to take that, you know, and you can never go wrong with Joker though, you know? So even if they did go Joker, is like right now and his point in his career is like you're not wrong for taking it.
Joker's first, Shea second, Luka's third, Giannis is fourth, Tatum is fifth as far as odds. Followed by Kawhi, Durant, Curry, LeBron, and Donovan Mitchell.
They got it right around the top. Joker, Shea, they got it right over there in the crim. But it's gonna come down to, like we said, we're talking right now, and it's about a month and a half left in the regular season. This is where the MVPs get made, man. And you got the Thunder, you got the Wolves sitting at 1, you got the Thunder at 2, you got the Nuggets at 3. So this is more than proof of the pudding. Let's see who can push it right now.
Mm-hmm. By what? By 18, 19 games left, I think. 20. Okay. Number 7. The Wizards need the biggest rebuild.
I mean, sure. Yeah.
We already knew this, though. And that's the sad reality. Like, we already knew this. Like, I watched the highlight earlier of them up 9 against the Magic, and Jordan Poole gets the ball on the floor, and he looks at the hoop as if he was going to shoot it on the floor.
Oh, yeah. He thought about it.
Though the season has kind of been up down for him, he's kind of played well the last few weeks. But overall, yeah, this team definitely needed. We knew when they kept John Wall and Bradley Beal too long, this was gonna happen. When you gave John Wall all that money, you know it was gonna happen. You knew that they were stuck then. They were stuck with those two guys then. You got John Wall nowadays on podcasts. It's like, well, we would have beat LeBron here, there. No. Y'all was good, but y'all wasn't that good in terms of that. But listen here, Isaiah Thomas went for 60 damn near on you guys. Like, you know, shout out to my man IT. Yeah, man, Wizards need help, man. They need help. I talked about Detroit about a month ago, and where they need to get relocated, second team that needs to get relocated, the Wizards.
That was going to be my question too. Are they worse off than the Pistons?
Yes, they are worse. And that sucks saying that because I still believe in the Pistons, man. Will probably has an eye and a feel soul for the Pistons too. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit of love. I guess it's not for the Lions, but the Pistons, they people like too quiet crazy. You should might as well just love the Lions a little bit. But nah, Washington they're bad.
That's just the only way you can say it, bro.
And I'm gonna be real. I went to Washington before, just around that area where they play. It's not the Ellis over there either. So
you said your block's whack.
It's a lot in Washington. Yeah. I don't know, man.
You said the DMV.
Maybe it's just me.
That's funny. That's funny as hell. Yeah, this is obvious. That team is terrible.
Good.
Luckily, they have, I guess, like they got Poole, they got Kuzma, guys that maybe somebody will want to trade for, maybe. But
maybe.
Yeah, bro, it's a whole lot of garbage. They got a lot of fix.
Fair enough. Number 6. Was the demise of the Bucks exaggerated?
Oh, they're getting older, man. They're getting older, and your superstars are only getting older. Like, and you try to put some young guys and get some young guys implemented in there, but I feel like the young guys at times is kind of like how the Warriors young guys are. Just they don't really get the system. You want them to get the system, they really don't get it, and that's what you have to like go after. You know, with the contracts of, Giannis and Dame's still on his contract in Portland. Like, you gave Middleton that money. You gave Brook Lopez that money. You gave Bobby Portis that money. And they're good, solid players for that system. But at the same time, when you're competing with the likes of the Miami Heat that swept you guys basically last year, and the Boston Celtics that got some young guys, you know what I'm saying? Maybe have some, you got Porzingis out, but for the most part, they're stabilized. They're the best team in the East. And it just looks like deterioration in Milwaukee. But that's not to say that they're not one of the best teams in the East. They still are. But they get old.
Their defense stepped way up since the beginning of the season. They went from one of the worst defenses. Now Doc turned them around.
They're top 10
now. Top 10 defense now. So with that being said, they just got to get back on schedule, get healthy, get Middleton and Giannis back playing regular. They're gonna be fine. That's a good team, man. It's a real good team, and they got enough of a bench to make some noise.
They're good. They're not no scrubs, but I'm looking from in. Like, they had Dame, cool. You got it. You got Dame. He's definitely more of an upgrade than Jrue Holiday, but it's not like the boom. Like, it's not like the boom. And you can say it was a boom when Dame got traded there, but it just looks like, to me, it's not even them two. It's the others, to me. The others. Like, they're a good regular season team. And they have been for years, so they can get away with this in the regular season. I got to speak on them more like the mode that I think they're going to be in playoff-wise. I can speak on them all day regular season, but we've seen it so many times. When they pick up shit. And when they dancing in the regular season, they're dancing. But to me, they old as shit.
Hey, real quick. Casey asked, UFL will be fun to watch since the merger. Don't get me wrong, but the Arena League is making a comeback in April. I think the fast-paced style of play in arena football makes up for the lack of NFL speed talent, and you get into the Canadian UFL and other facets of pro. I love the UFL game. The arena game. I was a season ticket holder for like 5 years. Best experience ever. It's a blast, man.
Yeah, the Arena Football League used to be fire. And when I paid attention to it, it was fire. It was definitely worth the cake. Yeah, it's football, man. We have to appreciate that there's football on. You know what I'm saying? I was watching a Madden football game live on Facebook the other day. Like, that's as much football as you may get until, these leagues, continuing now to keep themselves on TV and we can watch this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty dope.
Bobby says, don't get me started on AFL. It's going to be terrible with this reboot. Stay with the IFL. And Bobby knows the AFL game. He's an avid watcher of that league.
I believe him. Bobby. Damn it, Bobby.
Bobby.
Number 5. Rough, and this is kind of near and dear. They're like my NBA version of the Detroit Lions, just for I have an admiration for them from afar, a strong admiration, and that's the Memphis Grizzlies. Number 5 is rough going in Memphis right now.
It's best case scenario, honestly. I don't think people are reading it right. They'll get a nice pick, add some talent next to him.
Yeah. Still fairly young team. It's unfortunate. Ja was out the first 25 games, came back and got hurt. They still got
their main problem. Yeah, their main problem is how they're gonna eventually have to pay Bane and him. So, and also, I think JJ's on a friendly deal, semi-friendly deal already.
Oh, he's okay.
I think they signed him. But
yeah, dog.
They gotta figure it out.
I'm gonna be real. When I said the MVP beginning of the season, the MVP of the league is not even playing. It was John Morant. So my answer to this is that I'm going to wait till next year on this team. Because one thing I did see this year is when Ja played, they were winning games. So I'm going to chill.
He's that.
And I hope this team flourishes with whatever draft pick they get, because they'll get a good one. Reset, obviously Ja's mindset is now at a point where he can just go out there and play basketball and don't got to shoot up the club. They got a guy in G.G. Jackson who's phenomenal. That's another guy that split to your roster along with J.J. and Bane. You got you're still gonna have to the veteranship of Marcus Smart. So I feel like this team could, next year, watch out, league. I'm not saying that they're gonna be top toe contenders, but y'all better put some respect on this team name, because when they healthy, I know what they are.
I agree. We got next.
Next up, number 4. Don't expect a Wolves collapse.
Yeah, that checks out.
I got it. Let's see it. Oh shit! I like how Minnesota's playing this season, but it's so fucking unbelievable that I have to believe there's gonna be a collapse. And it sucks because it's not a collapse, because at the end of the day, everybody's gonna be like, "Well, they're ascending. But you gotta remember, Anthony Edwards is ascending. The rest of their team, for the most part, they got a bunch of young guys, but you got Goldberg. He's been in the league for a long time. Cat, he's been in the league a long time. So it wouldn't be unbelievable if they did collapse right now, being in first place. This is unusual, because the Timberwolves are number 1 in the West. It's unusual. So I have to expect a collapse. I hope not. They've been playing good basketball, but I have to expect it. Because I'm not going to be one of those guys at the end of the day like, damn, the Timberwolves lost? I'm like, yeah, shit. They were kind of hot.
Is this the best that they played since they had probably
KG
big ticket?
This is the best they played since they made the Western Conference Finals in 2004. Real talk.
Malik?
Oh, man, sorry. They had one good year when they all collapsed with Jimmy. The Jimmy year. The Jimmy year was great, too, when they had Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And they couldn't get it done in the playoffs. But, hey, the Target's in over there, man. It's great to see Target across the street from over there, and everybody's getting along, man. It's good, but I have to expect the collapse. It's only because what we've seen from Minnesota before. But they played competitive last year, played competitive this year. It's good that they're going to be in the playoffs 2 consecutive years, trending up.
Number 3, the Heat are in a familiar spot.
Always in a familiar spot. Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, you're going to be in some familiar spots. The question is, can you swim from the spots, without drowning, without a shark biting you? And that's the Miami Heat. They're the shark in most parts. I can say that. They're the shark that's going to bite motherfuckers. The question is this year, and the question is, when a team does that so many times, how many times can they do it? Can they continue to keep it up? Now, Jimmy, since the All-Star break, has been Jimmy that he's been in the last 2 years, including playoffs. That's a scary instant right there. Let's see. I'm under the model. How many times can this Heat team do it? Somebody in the East, Boston Celtics, have to prove to these people and these teams in the East that they are the juggernaut. They are the team. And as long as they just let teams like Milwaukee and the Miami Heat get the best of them, these teams are going to have faith and hope when their team starts playing good. But overall, Miami's been playing good. You always got to watch out for them, man. Eric Spoelstra, Pat now.
Yeah, he's going to do the Heat thing, man. That coach is a real thing.
Udonis has him. And then I got to say this real quick. We didn't talk about this. When obviously he got his number retired to Miami, and there was a lot of flack about it. Paul Pierce and then was talking about it. Dude, this is why it's the Miami Heat team. It's not the Boston Celtics team. The Celtics retire who they want to retire. The Heat retire who they want to retire. So I kind of sucked that I heard that from players because Paul Pierce, he's kind of been on a bit of the bitterness, since he retired anyhow. But shout out to my man Udonis Haslem, man. He coaching.
Yeah, he deserved that. He's a lifer, bro. He's a lifer with that team.
Definitely a lifer.
Number 2, 2 legends, maybe 3, seem bound for the play-in. That's Curry, LeBron, and Durantula.
Yeah.
And Phoenix has the toughest remaining schedule in the NBA.
Who, the Lakers?
Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix?
Yep.
I guess it's good for the play-in. If you get the play-in with the Warriors, Lakers, and Suns all positioning themselves in a play-in tournament to make the playoffs potentially, we thought that Curry versus LeBron the first year was fire, or even the few last year were the ones. This will be the one here, and year by year it's going to be like this. I feel the parity in the NBA is going to cheer for one of these star players to be in a play-in game. In one of the conferences, probably not both, but one of the conferences. The way the West is stacked too, you're probably going to see that. And then hold on, you got Dallas can potentially be in the play-in game with Luka. So it's a lot of stuff. That West 8th through 5th is like 3 games,
if that.
So you look at it now. It's playoff time right now for these teams. It's playoff time for Curry, who's getting older. It's playoff time for LeBron, who's getting older. It's playoff time for Durant, who's getting older. It's going to be a lot of miles being ran before you even actually go to playoffs when these players are used to having the first, second seeds, being able to coast a little bit. Can't coast. Your team has given you not an out. They haven't given you an out. And now you got to play game by game by game. This is giving me Kobe Bryant, Achilles heel vibes. And it's sad to say. Because one of these players are going to go burn out for their team to make the play-in, potentially. Or to get out the play-in situation. Yeah, it's going to be wild. Tickets, money's going to go up. The money's going to fall once that play-in tournament, the 4 teams playing to get in the playoffs are decided.
Maybe. Definitely. Yeah, probably. But I do think there's a lot to watch. A lot of young players that are going to be going to work in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Will. And the last one, number 1, the Celtics are the beast regular season team.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't really care about the regular season, though.
How you feeling about Coach Mazzulla this year? I know last year, y'all was ready to.
Are the Cavs going to win tonight, Max?
I mean, he's better than he was. You'd have to be.
Still not sold?
I no longer necessarily feel that we can't win it because of him. So I don't. Yeah, I think he's inconsequential.
Okay, that's fair.
Joe Mazzulla is just like every single coach in the last few years that's have won championships. Your star players have to be star players to win. Ask Steve Kerr how it's going when your star players come about and win. Ask Mike Budenholzer how it feels when your team and your stars come to play and steal a game in Phoenix and win the NBA championship. That's what the Celtics need to do. And we can talk about Joe Mazzulla all day. He's going to be there for a bit. It's not him. They're going to make it him, but it's not him. It's these guys that they're paying $300 million. That's what it needs to go to. It's not him. It's going to be him because of the way it's structured. It's not him. It's dead.
Shout out to Max and Wizzo. Appreciate the support, gents. Bobby says, what's realistic for the Celtics this season? What's underachieving for them?
Underachieving is anything that's not a ship.
Realistic?
It's a ring.
With the Celtics? It's, we're the best team in the East. We're the best team in the NBA. What's underachieving is that they lose again. That's the underachieving part. That's what it is. And that's all it's going to be until they win one.
Yeah, they got to win it. That's all. That's the only thing we're measured by right now. That's all we care about.
Darryl says that the Celtics need Tatum to not falter.
I can see that. He played well last year. It is what it is, though. He got hurt in that last game, and that was that.
Seems like a special year, though. I mean, I think he's due for an extension this season coming up.
Maybe.
He can be extended. Kind of feels like a fairy tale, man, if he does do it, you know? Maybe a finals MVP, maybe an extension. Maybe this blossoms Jason Tatum into the Jason Tatum that we all know he could be.
He's already one of the best players in the world. It ain't like he's not there yet.
No. He is, but he's kind of at that quarter where it's still like, what's really holding him back from being at the top? And we see little things that are. We're not discrediting the talent. He's around. He's in that 5 window. When you open the NBA screen up, he's there. He's there. Well, but my thing is, he has to do something to separate himself. Especially in this world where you have the international stars
not winning,
dominating the game.
Other than Joker.
You got to be the American. You got to be Hulk Hogan. You got to be the guy to be Sergeant Slaughter. You got to be the guy to say, I'm a real American. You got to be the guy to win the championship for Boston. Boston, a prestige city that's been waiting for one. Go get him one.
That's the plan. Yeah, Holiday's a great addition. So is Porzingis. Porzingis is actually...
Man, I ain't talking about that game last night. I'm talking about tonight, man. Listen here, man. They over here beat the Celtics to lose to the Hawks, man. Listen here, man.
Okay.
So,
next up.
They got to win it all, Bobby. That's what we're saying. They got to win it all.
Give fans a butts about it. Any of you guys play the any baseball video games?
Yes, MLB The Show.
Okay.
Great game. Tailed off this year a little bit, but.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, brother Will. So last year, MLB The Show, they had they added a new game in-game experience with the Negro Leagues.
Fascinating.
This year, they've unveiled a female player mode. So for the first time ever, you can create and play as a female ball player with a unique road to the show that involves the player over the course of their career. According to the website, it says, experience a personalized story where players can interact and build their own baseball career. This path would include all existing features of Road to the Show with the addition of a unique to woman storyline following a lifelong friendship as it develops in professional baseball.
Have fun.
definitely have fun with it. My thing is,
ain't hurting me.
What are they getting? What are they getting at? Did they have an I guess they had an agenda where you have to have a females mode in the game where you don't even have a women's league. This kind of just seems shaky to me, fishy to me.
Well, the news player mode, the news story mode, that's been used, they got help from Molly Braley, who is the game's narrative designer. So that speaks to it a little bit there.
That speaks a lot of it.
And Kelsey Whitmer, the first female player in an MLB partnered league and member of the Women's USA Baseball national team, who's featured in the trailer.
Nice.
Good. It's a video game, people. Who cares?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, who cares? But it kind of was just like, what the hell? I'm sitting here like, a woman's mode, what's the catch?
No catch. So your daughter can play the game.
Who is right? It says woke mode of the show. I have to admit, as I was reading this, I was getting Star Wars vibes.
I guess. But here's the thing. It's very simple. Always follow the money. This isn't really an agenda so much as there was a whole Super Bowl, SpongeBob Super Bowl this year. You remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're just trying to line their pockets with more. They want more people. They've gotten all the guys. They've gotten all of us. We're here. So who don't they have? That's every time you go back to the meeting and you talk about how do we make more money? All you got to ask yourself is what demographic are we not hitting? MLB The Show decided it was females. I want GTA to have black and white main characters and the police stars respond accordingly. CJ getting 6 stars real quick.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. We'll see, I guess. I play the story mode from time to time on video games.
I got to be honest with you. I'm over the story modes in games. Like, you're trying too hard. This isn't a fucking RPG. Like, y'all want to make Final Fantasy? Go make Final Fantasy. Just let me play basketball.
So let me ask you this. When you play 2K, are you a big proponent of going out to the blacktop?
I'm not. I'm over it.
My God. I knew we was boys, man, for real.
Blacktop. Hey,
I'll be listening to the.
I'm playing in my season, or I'll see you in the rec. It's like that's real balling, but I ain't going out to the blacktop. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
For what?
I got some partners, man. They die hard with the blacktop. I'm like, that shit's low key weird.
It is, bro.
Weird as shit.
Can I go
if you get nice at it, it can give you N1 vibes, but there's too many tryhards who are doing too much.
The parking,
all that shit, no bullshit. I start playing basketball, all that shit. My park, people think people could talk to me about being nice and ball when they was never nice when I was nice. Like, yeah, that shit to me is whack as shit. No bullshit. Like, they ain't lived through the trenches like me. They over here. Listen here, man. We can talk about all night my park mode and my schmuck mode and all that shit. Man, listen. Shout out to the people that play though and have fun. I can't take away from y'all having fun. That's one thing I've learned. Do this. It's not to be so harsh about it. But
I hadn't noticed actually.
Yeah. I'm very well, I kind of just not say nothing. But since we're on the term of talking about this, I had to just spur it out.
I just think it's kind of weird because I think it takes away from the NBA 2K. If you want to do, because I think now it's got like side quests, almost like stuff like riding skateboard.
You gotta ride through the whole city and do all this other shit. Like, look, don't get me wrong, it's kind of fun at times. Like last year during Halloween, the whole city you could just go trick or treating and you can get like different shit. Like, obviously that's goofy, but like whatever, I get it. But I don't want to be locked into having to where I can't progress because of some storyline. That's what gets annoying. Like, don't make me do all that.
If you really want to make that part of a basketball game, why don't y'all just do us all a solid and come out with an updated version of NBA Street?
Yeah.
Now we talking.
or just integrate it. Integrate it into 2K. Like, buy the IP, integrate it. You can do that. Hope y'all
played the baseball intro. I started to, but I didn't want to get flagged.
Nah, we ain't playing no baseball intro, dog.
Don't be hating. That man be working. Be doing the work. Shout out to Dale. Little Dice out here.
That is Dale, ain't it?
Yep. Big Dale in the building.
If it was somebody else,
he talking about his intro, ain't it?
Yeah.
My bad, Dale. I thought you talking about the intro to the game and stuff like that.
You know what? Dale, show that man's work.
Yeah. You know what? We can do you a solid, Dale. I got you, man. I can find this mofo.
Man, put the work in. We might as well use it.
Here it is. Just for you, Dale. We got you. Baseball intro.
That ball is well hit. Knock, knock. Who's there? Mr. Baseball. Mr. Baseball who? Mr. Baseball went and got himself out of here.
Little blooper off the bat of Jimenez. Neto chasing. He slides. He made a juggling catch. It's going to be a double play. The throw to first retires Arias. Another tremendous play. Play ball.
Shout out to Dale putting in their work.
You're right.
That's great.
And that's a great segue because we know what? We do got some additional baseball talk.
Does we?
Lucas Giolito.
Oh, yeah, this situation.
He was diagnosed with a partial UCL tear / flexor strain in spring drills.
Red Sox can't do shit right.
How much of an impact this is going to have, Will? This your squad?
Not a lot, because we suck regardless. But we wanted him to be the guy, I'm guessing. Now he's not. So, free
they just
99.
signed him to a 2-year, $38.5 million contract.
Yep.
Oh, hold on. They just gave him the money?
Mm-hmm. Just this year, too. Just now.
And he's only 29, too.
Not his first injury either.
You think it might be his start of something unfortunate?
I think his career was the start of something unfortunate. He's not really. He's been good at times and then hurt and good and hurt. I expected this. I just didn't expect it this soon.
Did y'all pick up Jordan Montgomery?
No.
I don't believe so.
That would have been a good pickup.
Or is he still with Texas? I thought he had moved.
Hold on, I got you. Nope, he's still a
Free agent.
Yeah.
Interesting. Rangers don't get cute. Because he actually came out and said he wants to be here too. Now, what was the player name? I think it's maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe. The player, the other White Sox player who was blasting the front office from a lack of aggressiveness.
Hmm.
Can't remember what his name.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Trying to look.
I think he might have been a Dominican-born player. I think.
White Sox player. Let's see if I can find this.
While Tuga is looking that up, is Theo back there now?
In Boston,
yeah, he's not the GM, but he's like a consultant.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let the good times go.
Which is why I'm not really worried about this Giolito thing, and I think we'll be okay moving forward.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not like y'all had pitching anyway, so y'all be okay. This opens the door for somebody else to be good or get production and playing time.
Yeah, he'll make some moves.
It's weird. I'm used to the Sox, contending every year.
It kind of goes in where sometimes every 1 year they probably be chilling, and then they'll come back as that team. I don't think we're going to see that this year. Fenway, $3 a ticket.
You already see it in the future.
I could buy that ticket 20 minutes after the game starts. How much is this ticket? Yeah. Damn,
right,
man.
Next up, we're getting pretty close. We kind of hinted on it a little bit last night. I think we at the end of the chop up, we started talking about a little bit about the March Madness. This is from SB Nation. There are 9 March Madness heroes in the waiting for the 2024 men's NCAA tournaments. 9 of them. Those players are, starting off, Zach Edey, the center from
Yeah,
Purdue.
yeah.
Dude's a beast, man. Could run into something this year like he did last year, but in all books, he's the player of the year.
Is he a lottery pick?
No, he sucks.
He's not a lottery pick. He's not a lottery pick at all, and that's the crazy thing.
He's just really big. He's a college guy.
Yeah.
He's a college guy.
He holds up a lot of ground.
He's 7'4", but he can't move.
24 points, 11.8 boards, 2.2 blocks. Yeah, he's gonna get
Yeah.
exposed. They're gonna make him get out that box.
Yeah, he won't be able to do it. He's big and slow.
They're gonna make him go out the pick and roll.
Oh, yeah.
Dalton is a net.
Yep, Dalton net. And if Edey wasn't here this year, I think he'd be one of the guys that hit player of the year too. He do beast. I like
forward from Tennessee.
Stretch the fuck out the court.
Yeah, he can.
My God.
Yeah.
Say he's not only the best story of college college basketball this season, but he's one of the very best players in the country.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree.
So he came from a JUCO. Okay.
Very versatile player.
6'6" wingman. Also good. They call him a scoring savant.
Yeah, he's a bucket.
He hit 40
He hit Auburn for 39, South Carolina for 31, Florida for 39, and Georgia for 36. He's shooting 40.2% from behind the arc.
And keep it real.
Oh, that's where Rick Barnes is at now.
Yeah, man. And the Volunteers have been sluggish offensively in the last few years. He's giving them what they need on the offensive side to kind of stay in the tournament for longer than they have.
I miss Coach Barnes.
Rick Barnes is my guy.
Next up, guard from North Carolina, R.J. Davis.
Yeah, R.J. Davis getting it popping right now. Getting it popping, man. High volume guy, accurate, man. Shoot the three. He's getting to the free throw line. What don't you love about this guy, man?
Yeah, he gets busy.
They lost Khalid Love, which is my guy too.
Caleb.
I can take this. RJ over here making it like we don't even remember who Mr. Love is.
Yeah, Caleb Love's a beast.
He's in Arizona, right?
Yes.
So I was shocked by that.
Me
I don't know
too.
why he left. Wait, no, I think he went to Michigan. Why do I feel like he went to Michigan?
He went to Michigan, then he transferred to Arizona, I think.
Again, he transferred?
He was at North Carolina. Yeah, so this is his third school.
Oh, he must be doing something. What's going on with him? Because like 2 years ago, he was hitting big ass shots to like in the.
Oh, did he go to Michigan before he went to Carolina? Yeah, he went to Michigan, then Carolina. He transferred Arizona. I think this is his last year there. I think.
Yeah, that's wild.
I think it's because of the two, and then you got the He just took a vet. No, what he did is when he transferred to North Carolina, I think it was probably pre-COVID, and then basically after COVID, you just pulled something else. Yeah, he didn't do nothing crazy, but it's the way of life now.
COVID extension should be done about now.
His
Got
wiki
been in the game in NCAA for 7-8 years.
His wiki ain't mentioned in Michigan actually.
You got this. Hold on. The center from North Carolina been in college 6 years.
Yeah, Baycott. Yeah, he been there forever. Yeah, Baycott's like he like Bo Nix.
That Kansas that been there forever too.
Yeah, he basketball Bo Nix.
Now this next player, I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised. Well, I am surprised because they lost 2 first rounders last year to the NBA, and this is guard Jamal Sheed in Houston.
Hell yeah. They jumped, and it's crazy. They lost their guys. They jumped from the American to the Big 12. So they jumped conferences. And they're here. Number 1 team in the country.
And they're probably about to win it. Probably about to win the conference.
Yeah, they should win their conference. Sure. Oh, actually, they was in a close game tonight early on against UCF. But they probably pulled it out. Unless I hear differently. But it definitely for them and their sake, definitely gonna need She to ball out this tournament, man. And he is a beast on the defensive end. That's what kind of starts his motor. Very tough defensive end. Kyle Sanson got these guys playing real good basketball, man.
There you go.
Shout out to Kyle.
Yeah, for real.
The man been around since I was in diapers.
Forever. Forever.
Center from UConn, Donovan Clingan.
Yeah, he's emerged as one of the best.
Now, we talked about E and not being a draft pick material. This man is and he is lottery bound.
Right.
This man
he shined last year in the championship game.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. And
the first one that I've watched because of you
better.
guys. Appreciate y'all. The
Absolutely.
first one I had watched since Chalmers against D Rose.
Oh wow. Yeah.
The only thing he got to learn defensively, man, is just like he's so active. He wants to be active, but that's gonna slow down.
He jumps for everything.
Yes.
So you're an up pick away from getting to the line because he's gonna leave his feet.
But he definitely, when he's in zone, he's in zone. He's one of the best defenders in the country.
Mm-hmm.
He if he doesn't block one possession, he's gonna get another block the next possession. He's a guy that,
and even shots that he doesn't block, he alters. So he's a great paint guy.
I mean, Bob Hurley.
A lot like Lively. A little more skilled though than Lively had.
Okay. Next up, guard from Marquette,
Marshall Mathers.
Tyler Kolick.
Marshall Mathers right here. Tyler Kolick from Marquette.
Yeah.
Beast, man. He's what your team wants, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a third-year guy. A lot of juice. He runs the team. You're gonna get a lot out of him, man. You know, especially in this NCAA tournament where you got these teams that are, you know, maybe younger than you. You know, you're over here, maybe a little outbalanced in terms of the skill set, but Marquette's a good team, man. That's a team on the low too, man. Watch out for that, man. Watch out for them to take somebody's paper this March. I'm watching Magnesi right now. Tennessee's really good this season. I told you, Bobby. That $100 coming up, man. I want to see who they play in the bracket, man. Better be a good situation.
We talked about earlier how the SEC basketball is starting to come around. The last three that we're going to look at are all from the SEC. The first one is the guard from Kentucky, Reed Shepherd.
They say Devin Booker. They say Tyler Hero. Reed Shepherd, baby. That's who they're talking next, baby. This dude right here, fucking beast.
He's in that company,
huh? Yeah. He has that type of confidence. I like it. I want to see where it's at next year, but I like it. It's coming here. It's here this year. I like it.
Yeah, he's a gun. He's small though, 6'3". But
he comes off the bench.
Yeah, so that's like a good 6-man type of situation. Come out and just give you buckets.
I mean, hey, in Kentucky, you can sacrifice doing that. You know what I'm saying? One guy sacrificed to be in the 6-man and with the third pick in the draft. He's not in the league no more, but, you know, hey, some things like that, certain sacrifices can actually get you up the ladder if they know you're a good player. What's going on, Dartmouth? Go Raiders. Go Warriors.
Appreciate you,
bro. Another one from Kentucky, guard Rob Dillingham.
That's my guy. This kid's a monster. This kid is a monster. He is a walking bucket. He's 6'2", 6'3", athletic as hell. He is going to be special in the league for sure, in my opinion.
They always got these fucking guys, man, here in Kentucky, dog.
He got a lot of maxi in him, but he's
got a lot of maxi in him playing.
Yeah.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, a lot of maxi. And that's kind of the type of guy that Calipari always has.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose, John Wall.
Yeah, explosive
He
potential.
always got one of these. Maxey. So he always got one of these. So
dribble, handle.
Shoot. Like he be having them. So this one might be the most versatile because like Wall, Rose, Maxey. I mean, Maxey could kind of shoot when he was there, but I think Dillaham's the best shooter.
Yeah, Dillingham might be the best shooter out of all of them. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. He's basically the
other guys are so dominant. Those other guys are so dominant in that era where you didn't really need to shoot. In this era,
athletically blow
you got to know how to shoot somewhat. And
they also were all like he's athletic, but they were probably all faster too.
They're all faster, yeah.
Rose and Wall are some of the fastest players we've ever seen in the game. And Maxey's pretty fast too, no bullshit. But yeah, Dillingham is the type of point guard that Calipari has, but in this era where they're more shooters now. So I can't wait to see him in the league.
And
he'll start for somebody, but he might be crazy dangerous as a 6-man. Just make him like Lou Williams. Just come off the bench and give you buckets.
Really? Okay.
You could do that with him, yeah. I think that's where he's going to be.
It's an offense.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine to start him, but I think he's going to get to the point where like the way he can score, you're going to want to take away point guard duties and just let him get buckets.
Let him get that second team run.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Okay.
Microwave.
Bennett Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guy. Last we have as an SEC player, also as mentioned earlier, center from Auburn, Johnny Broome. Is it Broome or Broome?
I don't know.
It's Broome.
Yeah,
Broome. This is interesting.
From Morehead State.
Morehead, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, boy.
Dude's a beast. He knocks the 3 down at a clip too, dog.
Yeah.
He shoots it around almost 40% from the clip, dog. And he plays big man, dog. 6'10".
He's a true big.
True big, dog. He's a throwback big. He attacks the rim, scores inside. He protects it. And you got that guy, like you said, Will, like seconds ago, where you move the big man. That big man get moved. Oh yeah, he's trying to become more of a killer in that asset. Mm-hmm. But once he does, yeah, it's gonna be fearful for him, man. The ones the NBA teams gonna love him. So, and Auburn's definitely offensive defense, like a great solid team too. I think they're ranking like the top
now, right?
Both. Yeah.
Okay. I might look at some tournament ball this year just because of my
I'm gonna tell you why to look at the tournament ball, and everybody's gonna look at tournament ball because if there's parity at any point in history of the college game, it's now. It's now with everything rolling from just from the bets to the teams to everything that's going on. Our first segment earlier was Dartmouth unionizing. This is more and more reason to watch the tournament, Coach. More and more reason. And I don't know. I may try to get a ticket, man, for this Sweet 16 Elite 8 because they have the TD Gardens playing host to one of the regions. I'm thinking the East region.
Might have to get some of those.
Might be a steep ticket, but to watch those games all day, it's gonna be lovely.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
St. Patty's Day. Hold on.
We might have to do that. We might have to do that because that area is gonna be nuts too.
Hold on, Easter. Hold on, Easter. Oh shit!
Yeah,
and it's like Easter and March this year. Oh
yeah,
Lord,
it's gonna be lit.
Wow, yeah.
Who y'all got for shout outs, brothers?
Man, shout out to you fellas, man. Holding it down every time. Great topics. Great show as usual. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to the chat. Y'all heard it down. We had Max up in here today. Dominic. Got some different faces. I hope y'all keep showing up.
Oh, Dominic who?
Dominic.
Max Sholo. I'm thinking about Max. I'm talking about my project homies. Shout out to my man Max. Though Cavs didn't get the victory tonight. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Dominique. He comes through when the Warriors are losing. That's a surprise. Because he never does. Shout out to Allah, you know what I'm saying? Assalamu alaikum. Salaikum from Allah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you fellas.
You already know.
Oh man.
Shout out to Chris, Bobby, Bernard, Casey, Daryl, Frankie, Max, Wizzo, Dale, and Dominique. Appreciate that support, man. Shout out to my two brothers, man. It's the part that sucks. I remember we just got in here Monday. We was like, it's good to be back. It's Monday.
Now it's gone.
Let's go.
We'll be here Friday, though. We'll be here Friday, I'm pretty sure, with Tap Out.
Oh, pretty sure Friday with the Tap Out. And then guess what? Tomorrow night, we're going to try to adjust the time, make it a little earlier. I think Dale wanted to go at like 8:45 Central, so that's 9. We're going to try to get in at like, we're gonna try to get in at like 8. We're going to talk some wrestling tomorrow, man. Me, Dale, and Jonathan. You know, we're going to try to start the wave on some wrestling, man. Try to find a day a week where we can talk about it. And yeah, bring it to you guys. So we're gonna hopefully do it tomorrow. We're just gonna try to see if we can adjust the time a little bit. If I'm in the house at a certain time, we can do it, man. But if not, regular time would be I think it'll be 9:45 Eastern Standard Time, 8:45 Central Time. But we'll figure it out. When we figure out time, we'll distribute it on our Facebook pages. But we on tomorrow. We're gonna talk a little bit of wrestling, you know, once a week. You know what I'm saying? Try to just get some airs on it. You know, as the biggest event in the year is coming.
Yeah.
Thank y'all,
Super
man.
Bowl.
Oh, hold on. Go beat Milwaukee until Milwaukee wins, and then crickets.
Means that he be MIA.
Brother Two, take it on home, player.
No,
Hey, yo, Dominique, this is what the Milwaukee Bucks about to do to the Warriors tonight with the cork bat. Mwah! Semi Sosa.
Find this podcast and others on STWF-TV, the Podcasting Network, wherever you get podcasts.